Welcome to Trending Unpack, the show that dives into what the world's been searching for and why it matters. Today, we're doing a full-on deep dive into something that just absolutely, well, blew up across the internet and frankly everywhere else. SummerSlam 2025, I mean, it didn't just trend, it completely dominated online conversations. It felt like this massive cultural phenomenon that really, captured the moment.
Oh, it absolutely did. You're spot on. SummerSlam 2025 wasn't just another wrestling event you tick off the calendar. It really moved beyond the usual sports entertainment bubble. It became this pivotal cultural moment, and it resonated with an audience way, way wider than just the hardcore fan base. You could just feel the buzz, couldn't you?
Totally.
Like this palpable sense of excitement, anticipation. It sort of permeated general conversation, even if you weren't someone who, typically followed wrestling.
Yeah.
It was just everywhere.
So, okay, our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear then. We're going to try and cut through all that incredible noise. We'll unpack the core elements, the things that really propelled SummerSlam 2025 into such a huge trending topic. And we want to really get a handle on its broader impact, beyond what just happened in the ring itself. Why this one? Why did it resonate so deeply, become such a talking point? What's the lasting impact going to be?
Exactly, that's the goal. We'll be meticulously peeling back the layers here. Starting with the obvious, right? The incredible athleticism, the raw, compelling drama inside the ring that you'd always expect from a major show like this. But then we'll dive into the whole digital explosion around it, the intricate social media reactions that spun out, the elaborate fan theories that took hold, the flood of frankly hilarious and insightful memes, and crucially, the broader implications it holds for mainstream entertainment, especially, I think, how it genuinely managed to captivate Gen Z. That's a big piece. So yeah, we're not just looking at what trended. We're really digging into the why behind all that data, the sheer volume of chatter, and the undeniable passion of the fans. It's a fascinating, multi-layered kind of case study in modern media, really, how live entertainment just sparks this global conversation.
All right, so let's dive in and unpack this whole phenomenon. One of the first things that really, set SummerSlam 2025 apart was just the sheer scale of it. The audacity, almost. It was held at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, July 27th, 2025. Now, this wasn't just like a regular arena show, was it?
Yeah.
Choosing a massive stadium like that, it immediately screamed, major event, monumental even.
You're absolutely right. That venue choice alone sent such a powerful signal. Allegiant Stadium, I mean, just the look of it, the state-of-the-art feel. And putting it in Las Vegas with that inherent sort of pulsating energy, it immediately declared this was a spectacle, a can't-miss event.
Right. It creates this grand stage.
Exactly. Almost cinematic. And the build-up, those weeks leading up to it, you could almost feel it growing, fueled by this sense of immense scale and that unique Vegas vibe where anything feels possible. Think of it like the Super Bowl, maybe, or like a huge global music festival's main stop. The location itself isn't just a backdrop. It actually amplifies the event's importance, its gravitas. It forges this atmosphere of just unparalleled anticipation.
Yeah, people knew they were getting more than just wrestling.
Precisely. They were buying into an experience. And that sense of grandeur, that feeling of it being a truly momentous occasion that contributed massively to the pre-event buzz, made it feel like a generational thing, almost.
And, okay, at the heart of any huge wrestling event, especially one like this, is the main event, right? For SummerSlam 2025, that was the big one. Roman Reigns versus Gunther. Just on paper, that was electrifying. From your perspective, what was it about that specific pairing that got fans so hooked? What was the psychological pull there?
This is where the genius of modern wrestling storytelling, I think, really comes into play. You had Roman Reigns, still very much the tribal chief, right? His dominance isn't just about winning matches. It's this calculated, almost regal aggression. Think about his big moves, the spear, that devastating guillotine choke. Plus, his whole reign has been built on the interference, the protection of the bloodline.
All right, the whole faction dynamic.
Exactly. He represented this almost insurmountable peak. Then you have Gunther, the ring general, a guy defined by his just brutal, almost surgical, hard-hitting style. Those chucks, you see them land, they look like they hurt. Visually reddening opponents. And his mat-based grappling is relentless, designed to just systematically dismantle people.
And he had that insane intercontinental title reign.
Yeah, record-breaking. It established him as probably the most dominant mid-card champ in well, modern history, capable of grinding down absolutely anyone. So this was a true clash of philosophies, wasn't it? Roman's explosive power bursts and his tactical command versus Gunther's relentless, almost suffocating physical attrition and precision.
You could see fans just trying to figure out how it would play out.
Oh, totally. Intense dissection online. How would Roman's resilience hold up against Gunther's methodical force? Could Gunther withstand the spear? And the storytelling within the match. Gripping. Every near fall felt like it could genuinely be the end, not just a count.
Yeah, those moments where you really buy into it.
Exactly. Every power move from Gunther looked devastating. And Roman's facial expressions, they showed a vulnerability, a desperation you rarely see from him, pushed to his absolute limit. The performers just conveyed that raw desperation, defiance, sheer will. It heightened the drama immeasurably.
And then the outcome.
Right, the outcome. It wasn't just a pinfall, it was a moment that genuinely shifted perceptions, sent the crowd into an absolute frenzy, and instantly, boom, subject of intense debate, analysis, memes, everywhere. The unexpected results cemented it. A must-see, must-talk-about moment created ripples long after the bell.
Speaking of must-see, wrestling's built on those huge, unforgettable moments that just instantly go viral, right? And SummerSlam 2025 definitely had its share. Ones that just broke the internet. My mind immediately goes to those unexpected appearances and feels like wrestling just excels at that pop moment. Why is that specific thing, the unannounced return, such a potent tool for a big event like this?
Oh, this really gets to the heart of the art form, doesn't it? The strategic brilliance behind these appearances. Because these returns, they're way more than just, sentimental cameos for nostalgia's sake. When a familiar face, especially someone with the history, the controversy, the undeniable star power of, say, a CM Punk.
Or The Rock.
Or The Rock, exactly. Or even a highly anticipated NXT call-up. When they step through that curtain without any warning, it injects immediate, explosive, and crucially unpredictable new life into the storylines. It sends genuine shockwaves through the entire narrative structure of the company.
Like throwing a huge wrench into everything.
Precisely. Think about Punk, right? Known for blurring those lines between fiction and reality. A surprise comeback immediately forces a massive narrative adjustment. Suddenly, the entire top card champ's contenders has to account for him. His return at SummerSlam, hypothetically, could instantly cast doubt on the main title story. Will he challenge Reigns directly? Or maybe ignite some long-simmering, deeply personal feud with someone else, like Cody Rhodes, pulling focus in a fascinating way.
So it's not just nostalgia, it's re-sculpting the whole landscape.
Totally. It creates these compelling what-if scenarios for months. And the unannounced nature makes it feel like anything can happen, keeps fans on the absolute edge. In a world where everyone craves authentic, unscripted moments, that collective pop, that roar from the crowd, it translates directly into immediate, trending topics, a frenzy of discussion online.
Yeah, that direct link between the arena shock and the digital buzz.
It's almost visceral, isn't it?
Yeah.
Turns a live event into a global conversation starter instantly.
And it wasn't just wrestling legends making waves. We also saw, celebrity cameos, cross-promotional appearances, people like Logan Paul or Bad Bunny. What's the strategy there, integrating these mainstream stars? And how well does it actually work in bridging that gap, pulling in new viewers?
That's a really crucial point, and honestly, it's often a masterclass in synergy. These celebrity appearances are incredibly strategic. They quite literally bridge that gap between pro wrestling and broader pop culture. They attract entirely new eyeballs, people who might never otherwise tune in.
It's smart cross-promotion.
It's brilliant cross-promotional hype, yeah. And the beauty is these often aren't just like quick photo ops or a wave to the crowd. Often these celebs get integrated deeply into storylines. They blur the lines between their real-life fame and their wrestling personas.
Like Logan Paul actually wrestling and getting pretty good at it.
Exactly. He hasn't just appeared, he's competed, evolved into a genuinely respected performer in the ring, and he brings his massive YouTube audience along. Or Bad Bunny, who not only performed at a really high level but showed genuine passion, attracted a huge music fan base.
So it elevates the conversation outside the wrestling world.
Absolutely. Takes wrestling out of its traditional sphere, pushes it into mainstream entertainment news, fashion blogs, celeb gossip sites. This crossover hype creates unique marketing opportunities, exposes wrestling to conversations and audiences way beyond its established base, makes it a topic in general, entertainment circles, talk shows, magazines. It's about expanding the tent, making wrestling feel cool and relevant to a younger, more diverse crowd that consumes media differently.
And we can't forget the sheer visual spectacle. TikTok was just absolutely flooded. Clips of entrances, finishers, those raw crowd reactions.
When you look at how content goes viral now, why is wrestling just so perfectly suited for that short-form video stuff like TikTok?
Well, this connects directly to how people, especially Gen Z, consume entertainment these days, right? WWE particularly has become incredibly good at crafting these visually stunning entrances and really impactful finishers that are almost like designed for short-form video.
Build for the highlight reel.
Exactly. Each entrance isn't just a walk, it's a performance, a character statement, meticulously choreographed, instantly memorable, visually striking. The lighting, the pyro, the custom music, it's all built for that quick, powerful impression. And the finishers, moments of high impact, the dramatic climax.
And the crowd reactions really amplify it.
Oh, massively. That's what makes them so shareable. The crowd's raw, unfiltered, emotional reactions. The collective gasp, the huge chant, the explosive cheer, those are universal human responses. They translate incredibly well on any platform, even if you don't know the backstory. And fans don't just watch, they create stuff too.
Right. They don't just passively consume the official clips, they eagerly repurpose them. Add their own commentary, create user-generated content, stitch them into memes. That fuels the virality even more, shows that authentic grassroots engagement, like how a specific entrance sequence, maybe someone emerging through fire,
Yeah.
could become its own soundbite. Or a devastating finisher leads to a crowd gasp that becomes its own viral meme template.
Yeah, I saw some of those.
In an age dominated by short, impactful video clips, pro wrestling, with its larger-than-life characters, high-octane visuals, and genuine emotional outbursts, it's perfectly positioned for instant virality. A 5-second clip of a crowd reaction can convey more excitement than a whole paragraph of text.
Okay, so beyond what we actually saw on screen, there's always that layer of behind-the-scenes buzz, right? Those whispers, the speculation leading up to a big event like SummerSlam. What role does that kind of thing play in building excitement and driving the conversation beforehand?
That undercurrent, it's a huge driver of anticipation, sometimes almost as captivating as the event itself, you know. While our sources don't detail specific contract drama for this SummerSlam, the very idea of potential contract disputes or the uncertain status of certain big names that inherently fuels anticipation. Fans are always deep in the rumor mill, aren't they? Theorizing obsessively about who might show up, who might be leaving, is a beloved character on their way out.
Creates that sense of mystery.
A powerful, almost delicious sense of mystery, exactly. Unresolved character arcs, subtle teasers dropped on social media, or just the possibility of unannounced appearances. This uncertainty contributes massively to trending conversations, feeds that overarching feeling that truly anything can happen on the night. It's an integral part of the whole entertainment experience that WWE leverages really effectively.
They seed hints, don't they?
Yeah, the careful seeding of hints, media appearances where someone might drop a subtle clue, online campaigns. It all meticulously sets the stage for these dramatic, often unexpected moments. It makes you feel like you're not just watching a show, but you're part of this ongoing, evolving, unpredictable story, constantly trying to piece together clues, and that in turn drives massive online chatter and keeps you invested.
Okay, so SummerSlam 2025 wasn't just happening live in Vegas. It was, like you said, everywhere online instantly. That social media takeover felt like a complete 360-degree thing. How did those trending hashtags, like hashtag SummerSlam, really act as a barometer for just how huge its digital footprint was?
You absolutely hit on a crucial point there. The way hashtags like hashtag SummerSlam, hashtag WW2 2025, maybe hashtag Wrestling Twitter, the way they just completely dominated trending lists for hours, sometimes even days. That's incredibly telling. It signifies way more than just volume. It indicates sustained, passionate, and really broad engagement across super diverse demographics.
Not just a quick spike then.
No, not at all. These were deep, persistent trends. And it powerfully illustrates the event's truly global reach. It allowed fans literally all over the world to connect, react, share in real time, creating this genuine universal water cooler moment. Imagine millions of people all watching the same live thing, reacting to every single twist and turn, discussing it all in real time, tied together by these digital threads.
It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It's a profound testament to the event's unique ability to unite a global community in shared excitement. Shows just how deeply embedded it became in that global digital conversation.
And then there's TikTok again. We touched on the visuals, but those short clips, entrances, finishers, especially those raw crowd reactions, they were just everywhere. Beyond just looking cool, why is TikTok so perfect for wrestling's big moments, and how are fans actually, interacting with it?
Well, TikTok's format is, honestly, it's tailor-made for wrestling. almost like it was designed with it in mind. The short, punchy videos, the emphasis on visual storytelling with cuts and effects, the strong audio, it perfectly captures the essence of a wrestling match moment. You genuinely don't need the whole complex storyline to appreciate the artistry of a stunning entrance or the, explosive impact of a finisher. The visual language is universal.
Right. It grabs you immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what really amplified the virality was how fans embraced it. Like we said, they weren't just passive consumers. They actively repurposed official clips, added their own hilarious commentary, created unique user-generated content, mashed up moments with trending sounds, used the stitch feature to create conversations.
So they were part of making it spread.
Totally. This active participation fuels the virality, shows that authentic grassroots engagement algorithms love. Like we talked about, maybe a specific entrance with unique lighting becomes its own soundbite, or a devastating finisher leads to a crowd gasp that becomes its own meme template, used across totally unrelated videos.
Yeah.
This rapid creative sharing on TikTok lets wrestling moments transcend the sport itself. They become part of broader internet culture, reaching audiences far beyond the usual wrestling bubble.
Okay, so moving from the quick hits on TikTok to the deeper dives. Reddit. Specifically our squared circle, those threads were absolutely buzzing. What does that tell us about the, intellectual side of wrestling fandom? Is it different from other entertainment fandoms?
Yeah, it's a great contrast. If TikTok is the immediate visceral reaction, then Reddit, especially Square Circle, is absolutely the fan theorist's paradise. It becomes the hub for incredibly detailed, nuanced analysis. You see fans meticulously breaking down storytelling beats, dissecting booking decisions with almost academic precision, speculating on future implications with surprising accuracy.
It gets pretty intense.
Oh, definitely. This isn't just casual chat. You'll find users constructing these elaborate fan theories, drawing connections to obscure wrestling history or subtle character moments from years back, engaging in intense collaborative storytelling. It demonstrates a really highly engaged analytical fan base that thrives on critical thinking. They dissect the art form itself, actively participate in building the narrative around it.
Can you give an example? What kind of stuff were they debating?
Sure. You'd find deep discussions, say, around intricate what-if scenarios for the main event outcome, exploring how a controversial finish could ripple out into a long-term storyline, or critical evaluations of how a surprise return might shift the entire roster's dynamics not just for a week, but for months, even years. Threads filled with predictions for future feuds, critiques of character arcs, debates over the philosophical underpinnings of rivalries.
Wow.
It's a level of depth, commitment, and intellectual engagement you really don't see as often for other mainstream entertainment. Showcases the unique intellectual curiosity that wrestling fosters.
And, of course, you can't have a big cultural event these days without memes. SummerSlam moments immediately spawn countless hilarious memes. Did you see that? Clips.
Yeah.
How has wrestling, especially WWE, become such a powerful meme machine, influencing not just its fans, but broader internet culture?
Wrestling has this almost unparalleled ability to fuel memes, internet slang, even subtle fashion trends. And it's largely down to those larger-than-life characters, right? They're incredibly dramatic expressions, those iconic, quotable catchphrases that just stick in your head. These things are inherently built for internet humor.
They're just so expressive.
Exactly. The exaggerated reactions, the clear good versus evil narratives sometimes, the moments of shocking betrayal or triumph, they are, by their nature, incredibly memeable. You see specific types emerge. Reaction gifs capturing a wrestler's disbelief, often in the most over-the-top way.
Oh yeah, those are classic.
Satirical takes on convoluted storylines, or just celebrating an unexpected moment of pure brilliance or absurdity. These memes act like shorthand, a universal language. They let the event's influence spread rapidly, even to non-fans who might just appreciate the humor or the visual without needing context. It's a testament to the universal appeal of heightened emotion, conflict, storytelling. Even in a staged theatrical context, creates this great crossover where a wrestling moment becomes a shared cultural joke, makes the event feel even bigger.
So we've talked about all this buzz, this virality, clearly indicates massive success, but the internet's rarely, unanimous in its praise. What was the overall fan sentiment like? Was it just universal celebration, or were there maybe more mixed reactions, some healthy debate, perhaps?
That's a crucial distinction, yeah. It was definitely a spectrum of reactions, which frankly is a sign of an engaged and critically thinking fan base. While a significant chunk of fans, especially on platforms like Twitter, maybe Reddit, were enthusiastically calling it the best SummerSlam in years, others definitely held a more critical view, arguing that, WWE still overproduced certain bits or that some moments felt too manufactured. It shows the diversity and discerning nature within the fan base.
So what were the points of praise versus criticism?
Well, those who found it refreshing, innovative, they likely pointed to the genuine emergence of compelling new stars, like Gunther in the main event. The truly exciting, unpredictable in-ring moments, the sheer audacity of some outcomes. They valued the fresh energy, the narrative risks, the perceived evolution under the current creative leadership.
And the critics.
Conversely, critics might have felt it leaned too heavily into that cinematic approach, maybe sacrificing some organic spontaneity for highly produced segments or too many special effects. They might have critiqued specific booking choices, pacing issues, or felt some moments were just overly manufactured to get a specific reaction. This nuanced perspective highlights that wrestling fans are incredibly passionate and discerning. They love the product deeply, but they also hold it to a really high standard, constantly debating its direction, quality, authenticity. It's a sign of a truly active, vocal community.
Okay, let's maybe pivot a bit from the cultural buzz and the internet reaction to the tangible business side of things. SummerSlam's success wasn't just about trends and chatter. It clearly translated into solid business metrics, real financial wins for WWE. What were the key tangible successes that really underscore this?
That's a vital connection to make, absolutely. How that cultural resonance directly translates into very real, measurable business success, the consistently high streaming viewership numbers, for instance, on platforms like Peacock here in the U.S. or the WWE Network internationally. That's incredibly important in today's media world.
That's the big metric now, isn't it?
It really is. It's not just a number. It indicates a significant and, importantly, growing digital audience for these big live events. This metric is absolutely crucial for any entertainment company. Streaming is dominant now. So, strong viewership validates WWE's whole direct-to-consumer strategy. Plus, it positions them incredibly well for future content deals, advertising partnerships, sponsorships. It shows they can consistently command a massive, engaged audience online. That's the holy grail. Gives them immense leverage.
And it wasn't just people watching online, right? We saw huge merchandise spikes reported, and you could feel that incredible live crowd energy in the stadium, too. Attendance, noise.
Exactly right. Merchandise spikes are such a clear, undeniable indicator of fan engagement and their willingness to invest beyond just watching. When fans are eagerly buying new T-shirts, action figures, replica belts, they're not just consumers. They're actively showing loyalty, connection to the brand, that emotional bond with the characters.
It's putting your money where your mouth is.
Precisely. It's a direct financial commitment reflecting deep passion. And then, like you said, the live crowd feedback. That raw energy, the huge chants, the collective reactions, that provides vital, immediate validation and buzz. A truly enthusiastic, vocal, live crowd amplifies the whole event's energy, makes it more compelling for viewers at home, and clearly shows a vibrant, dedicated, financially invested fan base. That energy is infectious. When it's strong, it signals a fundamentally healthy, enthusiastic audience that's really participating.
So this undeniable business success, this cultural momentum, it doesn't just happen randomly. It's really underpinned by the current creative direction, isn't it? Which, as you mentioned, many attribute to key figures like Triple H leading the charge creatively. How has that vision specifically shaped the product we're seeing, especially with new stars emerging?
Yeah, this really gets to the art of effective long-form storytelling in this unique world of sports entertainment. The current momentum, the palpable excitement around the product. It is widely attributed to the creative vision of folks like Triple H and his team. They seem to have revitalized the whole product since taking over creative. A key part seems to be successfully shifting focus to elevating new, compelling talent. People who are genuinely resonating with audiences in fresh ways. While specific names aren't explicitly in our sources for this deep dive, the concept is crucial. These fresh faces, often coming up through their NXT system.
Right, the developmental brand.
Exactly. They bring new energy, diverse wrestling styles that push boundaries, innovative character work, attracting new audience segments looking for something different. Think about how a new star might debut with a unique look, a distinct style blending athleticism and strikes, or a character that feels weirdly relatable despite the theatrics.
Keeps things from getting stale.
Totally. These new stars represent the future, offer exciting, never-before-seen matchups, fresh narratives. It prevents the product feeling predictable. It's a deliberate balance, introducing novelty while keeping continuity. And that investment in new talent is clearly paying off.
But it's interesting, it's not just the new faces driving this, is it? We also see older legends making a significant impact, finding their place without maybe overshadowing the newer talent.
That's a brilliant observation, and it highlights another key aspect of that strategic creative direction. What's really compelling is the astute, often intermittent use of legends, their appearances, maybe even a return to a more prominent role for a bit. They can create truly massive draws. They bridge generations of fans.
Right. Bringing older fans, maybe?
Yeah, for longtime viewers, it's that powerful nostalgic hit of familiar greatness, a reminder of the company's history. But for newer fans who've only heard stories, it provides this crucial sense of history and gravitas, lets them witness these iconic figures they've learned about.
It's a balancing act then.
Exactly. Finding that perfect balance between respecting the past and building robustly for the future, legends can strategically elevate new talent just by sharing the ring, lending instant credibility and a huge spotlight. Or they step back into the spotlight themselves for a marquee match that pulls in enormous viewership from lapsed fans. This dual strategy, cultivating new stars, while respectfully, strategically integrating icons, it's crucial for broad appeal, sustained interest, and that sense of continuity. Lets the product grow without forgetting its heritage.
Okay, so looking at the bigger picture, the broader context, how does WWE's current success fit into the whole global wrestling landscape? Specifically, how does that ongoing rivalry with AEW, All Elite Wrestling, influence things?
Right, connecting it to the wider world. That ongoing competition with AEW is actually, I'd argue, an incredibly healthy and invigorating force for the entire wrestling industry.
You think so? Not just taking viewers from each other.
Well, maybe some of that. But overall, this isn't just about one company winning. The rivalry actively pushes both companies to innovate, refine their creative approaches, deliver higher quality content. It fosters this fiercely competitive environment where complacency just isn't an option. If one company delivers a killer pay-per-view,
The other feels the pressure to respond.
exactly. This dynamic has profoundly invigorated the whole global wrestling scene, led to more diverse offerings, more compelling storylines, a wider variety of styles, genuinely surprising moments. It's injected this fresh sense of urgency and creativity across the board. And ultimately, this robust competition directly benefits the fans. Both companies strive to put out the best product possible to capture market share, viewers, critical acclaim. It means more compelling narratives, more unpredictable twists, a richer, higher quality overall experience for anyone who enjoys wrestling globally.
A rising tide lifts all boats kind of thing.
That's a great way to put it. It's pushing the art form forward.
All right, so let's zoom out even further now. Let's talk about why SummerSlam, and maybe WWE in general, has clearly moved beyond being just for the hardcore wrestling fans. It feels like it's genuinely transcended that niche, become something much bigger, operating on a level with mainstream entertainment.
That's precisely it. And what's truly fascinating here is how WWE has meticulously evolved over the years. It's not just a niche product anymore. It increasingly operates squarely on par with, and sometimes even influences, mainstream entertainment. You can draw really direct, compelling parallels with traditional sports, obviously, given the incredible athleticism, the intense physical competition, the win-loss stakes, but also very strongly with reality TV. Think about the ongoing dramas, often scandalous, the complex character development, that intentional blurring of lines between on-screen persona and real life keeps fans guessing.
That isn't real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe surprisingly, there's even a strong connection to gaming, especially in the interactive fan engagement, the way competitive narratives unfold like a video game story. Even how characters are presented, almost like customizable avatars with distinct strengths and weaknesses.
Huh, never thought of it quite like that.
WWE has just meticulously refined its presentation, invested heavily in cinematic production, high-end visuals, crafting compelling personal narratives that resonate universally. It's all designed to appeal to a much wider, more diverse audience than ever. It's entertainment for the modern age, this sophisticated blend of elements from across the whole media spectrum.
And this broader appeal seems like a huge factor in why Gen Z specifically has developed this renewed love for wrestling. It feels different this time. What exactly is driving their unique engagement? Is it mostly the irony, the authenticity, or something more complex?
This brings up a really important and insightful question about Gen Z's unique media habits, their sophisticated understanding of content. Their deep appreciation for modern wrestling seems to stem from this fascinating embrace of both its inherent, acknowledged irony and its surprising, raw authenticity. It's not one or the other, it's both. at the same time.
Okay, unpack that a bit. Irony versus authenticity.
Right. On the irony side, Gen Z is highly digitally fluent, incredibly discerning, critically sophisticated. They playfully acknowledge wrestling's predetermined nature. They enjoy the kayfabe that constructed reality as a masterful form of performance art. They actively participate in the meta-commentary, enjoying the theatricality, almost winking at the performance while still investing in the drama. They appreciate the craft.
So they're in on the joke, but they still care.
Exactly. But simultaneously, and maybe paradoxically, they deeply value the authenticity. They appreciate the genuine athleticism, the real physical risks performers take, the raw emotional commitment they display, and those unfiltered spontaneous crowd reactions we talked about. Gen Z values transparency and real emotion, even within a staged context. And wrestling delivers that intensity, that genuine human drama in spades.
And their digital fluency helps them engage differently.
Massively. It allows them to engage in new, highly interactive ways, creating intricate fan edits, producing hilarious memes, satirical content that celebrates both sides of this unique art form. It's a very modern way of consuming entertainment. The audience isn't just passive, they're active participants in the narrative itself.
So ultimately, it really is this fascinating, successful blending of worlds, isn't it? Traditional wrestling, celebrity culture, and that sophisticated cinematic storytelling. SummerSlam 2025 really felt like it exemplified that powerful convergence.
It absolutely did, in a way that felt almost definitive for where entertainment is right now. SummerSlam 2025 was a perfect, potent example of how wrestling today seamlessly combines. First, traditional wrestling. The core athletic performance, the competitive drama, the physical spectacle in the ring, that's the foundation. It still has to be there. Then, it layers on elements of celebrity culture. That intelligent integration of mainstream stars, pop stars, influencers intentionally blurring lines between real fame and wrestling personas attracts attention from way outside the bubble, makes headlines.
Right.
And then crucially, it layers on sophisticated cinematic storytelling. These aren't just random matches, they're intricately woven, long-form narratives, complex character arcs, enhanced by incredible visual effects, compelling music, production quality that genuinely rivals prestige TV or even blockbuster films.
The long-term stories are key.
That commitment to long-term stories with twists, turns, emotional payoffs, that's what keeps audiences hooked beyond just the physical action. The result of this blend, a truly unique, highly engaging, expansive entertainment product. This multifaceted appeal means it hooks diverse tastes, keeps audiences invested not just in the immediate action, but in the unfolding, evolving story running through everything. Makes it compelling for different reasons to different people.
So here's a final thought then. Given how SummerSlam 2025 so masterfully blended the physicality of sports, the drama of reality TV, the pull of celebrity culture, and the sophisticated narratives of cinema, what does this trend actually mean for the future of entertainment itself? I mean, are those traditional genre boundaries just dissolving? And if they are, what new, maybe unimaginable forms of media might emerge from this kind of ambitious convergence? It's definitely something to think about. Hashtag outro. And that, everyone, was our deep dive into SummerSlam 2025. Clearly, it was way more than just a wrestling show. It felt like a powerful testament to WWE's cultural resurgence, driven by genuinely shocking moments, massive multi-platform digital engagement, and that wildly successful blend of diverse entertainment elements, something truly unique and captivating. Next time on Trending Unpacked, he's back. Sort of. We're diving into the reboot of The Naked Gun, how the internet reacted, and why this classic spoof still matters in 2025. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep on unpacking the trends around you. We'll catch you next time.